I want to go over the list of careers that produce the most millionaires according to several surveys I found, and some of them may even surprise you. Let me know in the comment section down below what your profession is so I can get to know you and what you do for a living. The first one is financial services like CPAs, CFAs, and CFPs. And I haven't met a broke financial advisor, which would be pretty interesting if I did, but I'm sure there are some out there. And I've met people in the financial sector who owe big chunks of student loans. And I'm a financial coach, and I think it's the knowledge that we have in finances that helps us achieve financial independence more quickly. And like the other day, I just had a conversation with someone about the Roth IRA, and I can talk your ears off about the rules and laws associated with the Roth IRA. Not everyone knows that, and I pretty much have the compound interest calculator memorized in my head because I've studied it over the years, and also because I'm a nerd. And a person outside the financial sector doesn't necessarily have the in-depth knowledge like we do. And knowledge is power, sure, but your behavior with finances is what matters more. And same thing with the CPAs or tax advisors. Every CPA I've met so far in my life is doing very well financially because they know how to run their own firms. And the average CPA in the US makes about $120,000 a year. And someone with more experience could make even more money, right? CPAs are also very valuable, and I would argue that they're even more valuable than financial advisors or coaches because they specialize in taxes, which we're obligated to pay the US government. As an entrepreneur myself, I still find time to meet with CPAs to make sure I'm not doing anything that might bite me in the butt later. So if you're looking to switch careers and you're really interested in the financial sector, take a look at how to become a CFA, CFP, CPA, or even a financial coach. The average base salary for people working in the financial sector is $95,000 a year, according to ZipRecruiter. And this does not include any overtime, commissions, or stock compensation. So you could be making even more money if you're a high performer. The second career field that produces the most millionaires is engineers. My wife's an engineer, and I married her for that reason. Just kidding, honey. I've met engineers that make really good money, especially the ones that specialize in something that not many people can do. And software engineers, for example, like the people who develop apps or write codes, require technical skills, and they're also in high demand by tech companies. And according to the data compiled from the US Department of Labor Bureau of Labor Statistics, petroleum and architectural engineers make the highest in salary due to the slower growth of those engineers and higher demands by employers. Take a look at this chart from Michigan Tech and the National Labor Statistics, and the mean entry-level salary for aerospace engineering is $86,000. And if you look at the rest of the engineering industry, the average salary is well above six figures. And that also depends on the area you live in. Let me know in the comment section down below if you're an engineer, and I'd love to get to know your path to becoming an engineer. The third career field that produces the most millionaires is teachers. And many people find that surprising because we all know how underpaid and underappreciated teachers are in this country. And what's even more interesting is that teachers are more likely to become millionaires than physicians due to student loans. And I've always told you on this channel that your income does not equate to your wealth. And a recent survey showed that 35% of people making over $250,000 a year are living paycheck to paycheck, which means they're using their entire income to pay their bills or debt. And that's probably hard for many of you to believe that higher income individuals are living paycheck to paycheck, but sadly, it's true. I want to show you this CNBC article from 2016 or 2017 because I remember reading about this high school teacher who became a millionaire at 36 years old and retired early by 40. He didn't inherit any money, and he just saved his money with the teacher's salary. He even had a student loan to get his degree to become a teacher. But his frugal living and intentional spending led him to financial independence. He said that investing just $100 a month will make you a millionaire. And he's absolutely right. The key here is to start as soon as you can because time is the biggest factor when it comes to investing. I have a video about how to save over $1 million by making $80,000 a year, and I will link that video in the description below. The fourth career field that produces the most millionaires is pilots, and I've worked with many pilots in the past, and I find this data actually extremely accurate. And airline pilots starting out as first officers are making $60,000 to $70,000 a year, but those numbers go up dramatically after their first year, and their income increases as they become seasoned and experienced over the years. And not to mention all the sign-on bonuses, retention bonuses, and experience bonuses these airlines will pay you. And the pilot shortage in the US is a real issue. We have a deficit of about 8,000 pilots as of 2022, and the shortfall could reach 30,000 pilots by 2025, according to a consulting firm. If you're looking to switch careers, take a look at the financial incentives and employment opportunities with the major US airliners. The FAA is even looking to raise the mandatory pilot retirement age from 65 to 67 and reduce the required number of flight hours from 1,500 to 750 hours before a pilot can be certified to fly for the airlines. Delta Airlines just recently removed degree requirements to hire pilots. And keep in mind that it actually costs a lot of money to get your ATP certificate. And depending on your previous experience and your level of proficiency, it could cost you anywhere between $100,000 and $200,000 to become an airline pilot. You have to get your private pilot license, acquire an instrument rating, obtaining a commercial pilot license, get a multi-engine rating, and then earn an airline transport pilot certification or ATP once you meet the 1,500 minimum flight hours. And many pilots I know choose to become CFIs or certified flight instructors to earn wages and log hours at the same time. So this way you can get paid by your students and gain experience at the same time. I don't need to tell you that if you want to achieve your financial independence faster, you need to have a sizable income to invest more money into the market, right? However, how you behave with your expenses is far more important than how much money you make. Why do you think Hollywood celebrities, professional athletes, and many others become broke after they retire from their professions? Ever since I started my YouTube channel, I've never revealed my income, and there's a reason for that. What my income is and always will be irrelevant to the FIRE movement. What I can tell you is that my wife and I are collectively saving 65% of our income. This is because we have a budget that has automated investments every single week. Your high savings rate is what will allow you to achieve FIRE. We're also being very intentional with our non-discretionary, discretionary, and travel spending. Our personalized budget system allows us to pay ourselves first by investing over 65% of our income and using the other 35% to pay for our expenses. Did we get to 65% right away? No, it started with 5%, 10%, and 15%, and then eventually to 65%. As our income goes up every year, we're going to maintain our expenses the same, if not lower. Just remember that making six figures in income is meaningless if you're biting more than you can chew. Whether you're a school teacher, airline pilot, financial analyst, or engineer, you should have a FIRE number that you're going to be comfortable with. And you can download my financial independence checklist for free by visiting firesatchat.com/contact. You can also watch this video that explains to you in detail how my FIRE checklist works, from saving your cash reserve, retirement accounts, and creating generational wealth. And if you want to know more about how to invest in your future, be sure to check out these two videos. So with that said, I appreciate you watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a good one.